and welcome to another episode of Motors for the Masses. And look, it's a Mustang Day. Firstly, I'd like to apologise. We're not using our microphones because it's going to be too awkward with wires getting in the way and stuff like that when we're in the engine bay. So for now, let's roll the intro.
No,
and let's...
No.
Oh no, we can't say that, can we? We had someone write in and they said, we love your videos, but we don't like the let's get cracking or the crack bit. So we're not going to say let's get cracking.
Or crack.
So what are we going to say?
And
Go! I don't like it.
go then.
It's not as good. So what is on today's menu first? Well, we are going to strip this engine bay and get everything out, and then we are going to clean it with a jet wash. However, there is something we have to do before we do that.
Yeah, I think we'll take pictures of everything, like where all the brake pipes are and this brake distribution block, etc. and the wires and things, just so that we've got some sort of reference, because although we may not put things back in the same place, it'd be nice to know where they were.
Indeed. There are lots of new parts going in here, mainly an engine, which is rather large.
No, it's an engine.
Oh, okay. And there's going to be about that much gap either side of the manifolds and the tower here. There is some welding we need to do. There's a plate in here that's been riveted in really badly.
Yeah.
That's coming out and a new piece is going in. We've also got to make the edges of these front inner wings on this side and on that side.
This side less so, it's not too bad.
Yeah, this side is the worst part. So we need to get some decent metal to be able to make the piece here. But for now, we're going to get in there and get stuff out of it.
With our photographs taken, I'm now just going to start taking out things like the washer bottle, relays and anything else that I can get out the way easily. And then we'll start thinking about unclipping wiring and sticking that out the way so we can get in here with some degreaser and give it a good old clean. So yeah, just going to crack on with that. Doesn't help that I'm trying to use metric stuff on a car that probably hasn't got a great deal of metric on it, if any. Yeah, I'm going to have to go and get the other spanners out. That won't do. I don't think that's going to go back. Or that, probably, although it's quite cool. Say goodbye to this sideways mounted relay. I'll be reorganising all that sort of stuff. Try and make it a bit tidier. I'll leave that connected so I know what it's for. Aside from that, that's going. I'm going to have a fuel line here with a pair of cutters in it. That's a bit weird. Let me show you that. It's the things people do to block up fuel lines and stuff. That's a pair of snippy things. I don't really know what the deal is with that. It's not very well attached at the other end though. Yeah, okay, bye bye. You may or may not remember from the last Mach 1 video when we took the transmission and all the other bits and pieces and the bonnet and stuff off, we just cut these transmission cooler lines off. I wasn't intending on using them because I just don't like these steel things running where I don't want them. We're going to take those out, get them out the way. The power steering, I don't really want to take that out if I don't have to, so I'm going to hopefully tie that up out the way of what we're doing, but it may end up having to come out. We'll see how we get on. And then there's all this antiquated 70s starting and charging electricals. I think just get rid of them and put some more modern stuff in there to make it more reliable is the plan forward. All of this wiring is a bit brittle, if I'm honest. It may be a case of getting rid, putting some fresh stuff in. It's mostly for the headlights and charging system and indicators and so on anyway, so it's easy enough to just change it out for new stuff. If nothing more than for reliability. Battery leads, etc. The alternator cable, I think the alternator's probably dead anyway, isn't it? No, it still turns. Well, the bearings don't sound particularly great. Oh, and another fuel line with a pen in it. Excellent. Everything looks crusty and nasty, but everything seems to undo quite well, which is quite nice. Okay, so that gets the wiring mostly out the way. Now this master cylinder is a bit grubby and probably needs replacing or rebuilding at least. So I think, no, I'm going to leave it in. I'll get rid of this hose, we'll leave it in simply because whilst we're fitting our engine, it'd be nice to have big things where they're supposed to be, like the steering box and the anti-roll bar and all that stuff, so we know what's in the way and where to put the engine in the correct position. So that can stay. This hose can go. That braid strap will keep that just in case, but you never know, we might need it. So at this point, the engine bay is pretty well clear of all the junk we don't want in there, apart from bits of things like string where things were tied up previously to keep them out of the way of being transported or whatever. There's that really thin wire again. I don't know what that was fitted for, but it's rubbish.
Right, I apologise for my absence in this process. Unfortunately, I had to go over the road and sort out a few things. You probably don't care. But anyway, let's carry on. We're going to get the bonnet off the roof, and we're going to get this degreased, and then we're going to wheel it out and jet wash it.
Offside should be clear. Yeah. You out the way?
How will we do that?
Shit in hell.
thought, as we've got a nice big truck, it might be an idea to tow it with the truck round to the jet wash. So let's hook it up. Right, let's do this. I'm going to pause for the lights. That's right.
Nice and gentle. Take up the slack first, okay?
Huh?
Take up the slack first.
Yeah, whatever. Are you ready?
Good job we couldn't find any rope then, eh? What part of gentle was that?
You didn't really think we were going to drag it with a truck, did you? Climb in? Oh, right, I get to drive.
It's the first time in the Mach 1.
This could either go well or not well.
Well, I would avoid stamping on the brakes just in case they stay on. So unless you actually have to use them, don't.
Right.
Alright, well, I'll run round and slow it down if I need to.
Go on.
Ready?
Well, as a first drive, I have to say, it's a little bit underpowered. I expected a little bit more from the 0.0 litre engine up the front there. Torque is very lacking. 2 horsepower,
No.
manpower, man and a boy power. Sorry, Nick. Other than that, the handling is superb. Turns really well, which is unusual for an American car, especially one from the 70s.
You know it's got no weight up front, right?
Oh, good point.
Right, you spray the stuff and I'll use the...
Well, that's that finished.
Yeah, well, them bits will still sort of work.
Using your hand, I think.
Where'd the bristles go? No bristles. Oh, okay.
Very good. Right, okay.
Dislodge all the muck.
Yeah, bear in mind, this has 50 years of grease on it. So the idea is to use this degreaser. Now we're using Prime Shine from Monkey. Is it Monkey? Yeah, True Tension Monkey stuff.
It's a chain cleaner, but it's a degreaser.
That one, it is, yeah. So it works.
Oh, this brush is rubbish. Let's go
You appear just to be stabbing at it with a bit of wire. Now, of course, we're not going to spend ages scrubbing it. What we're going to do is scrub off the most of the crap and then jet wash it. Luckily, this side doesn't have much.
No, that side someone's already done. But they cleaned it up for when they riveted their plate in. I don't know why they bothered.
I don't know why you'd even do that. Why would you rivet a plate in and not weld it? I was right.
What's that? One manpower?
One manpower. Open the bonnet and you find a Malcolm in it.
Not particularly powerful.
Oh, that's coming off nicely now.
Yeah.
All this junk down here, there's loads, absolutely loads.
I'm not overly bothered about that because we can sort that later. But the bits down here where we're going to be doing stuff is my main concern.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put some on this, even though it's rusty.
Oh, no, don't.
And then, well, then the jet wash might get off some of the excess rust, is what I mean. And this might just free it up. Here we find the lesser spotted Malcolm in its natural habitat.
No, it's more spray.
Oh, huh?
More spray.
Ruined me David Attenborough impression.
We've got time for David.
Excuse me, Malcolm, would you mind giving me a wash at the same time? Is that okay?
But Zippy, did you like your watch, Zippy?
No, George, I didn't.
No, this is probably the first significant water it's seen for more than 20 years. Incredible.
It has been in England all its life.
Yeah, but it's been in a garage for 20 years.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Now, what I'm doing in here is just having a look, seeing if there's any leaks coming in. And I'll be honest, I can't see any water coming in at this moment in time. I'm certainly not getting very wet. That's actually pretty good. I know it hasn't had a massive downpour, but I'm quite impressed. That's not water, that's oil, or wax oil, sorry. Imagine the current is squirting down the side of the bulkhead here. And I actually can't see any water come away. Is that a splash down there? Oh, it's a tiny, tiny bit. So how often does the bulkhead get jet washed? I don't think so.
Huh?
That's wax oil.
What is?
I'm just saying, I can't see any water coming in anywhere.
That's good.
Absolutely.
What's really impressive is I've just washed off quite a lot of dirt from here.
Yeah.
It's blue underneath.
Let me look.
Still blue.
Indeed it is. This is all the wiring that we just moved to one side. Now a lot of this wire, you've noticed when moving it, it's a bit crackly and a bit brittle. So we might have to rewire the whole lot. Unsure at this stage. Might be easy just to rewire it.
I'm thinking we'll just renew all that old rubbish charging system and starting system stuff and new stuff.
Yeah, I think so. Look, this is a bit of rust we've got to contend with in here.
There's more here.
Up here.
I'll have to fix that.
This bit needs sorting out as well. That, because it's just ridiculous. And a little bit there. Nothing major. It's not bad for a 50-year-old car.
Right.
And of course this bit here, which is the hideous bit there, look. And of course here we have to make the whole new piece. Other than that,
It's not bad.
it's not in bad shape at all, is it?
Can't get away with blasting off the dust and stuff, or going to get too wet inside?
Yeah, I wouldn't bother. I just love the size of these massive wheels. You can't get the scale of them on this camera.
Back ones are epic.
295 tyres.
Yeah.
Now, we are nowhere near at the stage of mounting the engine. However, for our curiosity and for your curiosity, we are now going to attempt to put this in the engine bay, offer it up and see how it looks. I'm excited to do that because I've been wanting to see that for a long time. I've had this car for nearly 4 years now. Been a long time coming.
Shall we see if we can find that lifter plate?
Do that. Right, at this stage we need an engine plate and some hoist straps.
Release the bumper wrap, please! Pilot.
Nearly. Ta-da! Oh, that was
weird.
almost in harmony. Very strange. Right, okay, to be able to put the mounting plate on, we've got to get this off.
Carburetor off,
Yeah.
distributor off,
Yeah.
or release the cap.
Dizzy out, carb off.
I think we'll just take the cap out, because that's going to have been put in timed.
Yeah, yeah. Right, so this distributor is the size of Bournemouth. And it's screwed in and not... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, these are on hinge things. Oh, that's what they are. These are springy hinges. Yeah.
Remember which way around it goes?
Yeah. So all you need to do is unscrew them until they ping up, like so. And take that off.
Are you going to note the firing order, or are they numbered already?
2, 4, yeah.
Which one's cylinder 1?
Yeah.
On there?
So, now we're going to have to get this off the pallet to be able to move it.
It might pay us to bring this end round because it's further towards that side of the pallet. It's got less of a swing to do.
Meaning?
If it comes off the back of the pallet.
Oh, it needs to be louder. This is disgustingly loud.
It might pay us to spin this pallet round because the engine is closer to that end of the pallet. We'll have less swinging to do to get it off of there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Alright.
So we pull this out of the way and just drag it round.
Yeah.
RIP
Now,
headphone users.
I have to be careful here not to bend over in your direction. Because whilst we were getting the engine plate down, I came down and sat rather sharply on his door hinge.
Yeah.
And it's ripped my trousers and my boxers, and it went right up my arse.
So a nasty old bruise there tomorrow.
Yeah, so I'm not going to just bend over where it is. I'll just fit in. Do you?
This is really heavy.
Oh my god!
Is it that not?
It's just ripped right across the back. Did you not hear that?
No.
You ready?
Ah!
Oh no! That's the best we're going to get.
I think we're there. I don't think we need to worry about that.
That's close enough. It's literally 25 degrees.
Yeah.
To me.
You. So because we're complete amateurs and absolute disaster mongers,
Do for yourself, I'm just jacking.
we're going to put the pallet on the legs of the thing so we can get it off. So pump away.
Ta-da!
So we go. Out we go.
Unfortunately, it's not in the middle.
That's okay. Sit down on the legs.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, just do it slow.
Yeah.
Hold it there for a moment.
One engine!
Here as well. That's also quite handy.
Got it. No cardboard. There we go.
Lower it down super slow. So just get this out of the way before you do.
Ready?
Yep. The master cylinder's in the way.
Is it?
I don't know where we can go that way because this is almost touching this here.
You've got
can just about get my fingers in there. That's it, folks. Where does this fit in relation to? It could probably come out actually a bit.
Back of it.
Yeah. Towards the front. Well,
Can't really go much more because the anti-roll bar.
yeah, I know. We've got the cross member down there as well. And this.
It's going to tilt more.
Well, it's going to go down and be underneath it, I would hope. So if I just twist it and you just drop it down a touch. Ready? Yeah. Equal amounts of super slower previously.
So, this is about as high as it needs to go, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to tilt back and that will avoid the master cylinder back there.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, but it will tilt back and it's going to drop down a little way because there's still a ton of room where this goes.
But how much twist is there going to be?
Twist? None. It's hanging level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll just go back a bit at the back, it will go down at the back.
Right. What I mean is,
and then down
if you
on top.
rev it, the whole front end's going to twist, yes?
Oh, not really, you've got these thick old mounts here. Look.
Right, okay. Because that is very close.
Yeah.
And,
Well, that's going to be lower, I missed that. And that's going to be higher at the front.
exhaust manifolds.
Well, I should hope they're small enough. I presume they were designed to go in here, so we'll fit them and then put the engine in, hopefully. If it doesn't work like that, then we'll have to fit them with the engine in, I don't know.
My concern is...
I think the front's going to come up, the back's going to go down a touch, because it is sitting rather on the wonk here, because the car is obviously on a funny angle.
Where do the exhaust manifolds go in relation to the spark plugs?
Below them?
Yeah. No, above, isn't it? Or alongside?
Oh yeah, they're in line.
Right, okay. In that case then, I think we're going to have issues.
Well, it's designed to go in here,
Yeah.
then it'll fit. That's probably why them exhaust pipes come in parts like they do. Because you can fit one bit in and then you fit the other tubes in. Do you know what I mean? You know when you bought your manifolds, they came in like 3 or 4 parts?
Yes, they did.
So you could bolt one piece on and then fit the additional down pipes to it.
Right.
That's probably why, because there's such limited space.
I'm assuming the 429 did not have thinner strut towers.
No, that would have been the same. So there you go, that's roughly where it's going to live. It's going to tilt back some in relation to the thingy of the car, because there's no weight on it, it's all up in the air, isn't it? So the car was going to come down, so that will match the angle of the chassis a bit better.
Yeah. So these are the exhausts to go in there.
They're a fair size, aren't they?
Yeah.
I would imagine if they were actually on, look how narrow they actually are.
Actually they are, yeah,
They
yeah,
have to
yeah.
block quite well. I reckon if that was, I don't know, I'm sort of guessing, I don't know whether it's the case at all. I wonder if you can put them on the engine and then lower it in.
By the looks of that, these two go under the front axle.
Huh?
Look.
No.
Yes. I'm telling you.
Well, it's possible.
That's too long to
Like
go.
I said,
These are way too long to go above that front axle.
The engine's going to come up from where it is.
Well, I don't know. I reckon if we take this out and you offer it from underneath.
Easier said than done. You pull on that, I'll hold this.
It's coming.
Look at that for a pipe monster!
There's one of them for each cylinder.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that, you know.
I don't think it goes underneath like that.
You don't?
No, I think the engine's too low, it needs to go up.
It
The
can't.
collectors will come back.
There's no way. No way.
There's not enough room under the car for it down.
You come from my loins. If you can tell me what movie that's from, you get a free mug. And go. First answer only gets a free mug. Sorry, I should have stipulated that.
Well, it's going in this way.
But there's no, look, if it comes off here, how short that distance is. I'm telling
That's
you.
because the engine's too low.
But those pipes are really deep. If you just come across and just flip it up.
Yeah, exactly. There's not enough room.
Look at that, look. The gap there between there and there.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it could well go underneath there. Were there pictures online when you bought them?
No, not of them attached to an engine
Right.
in a car.
Alright, well I'll speak to the powers that be this evening.
That'll be his stepfather.
Yeah. And he'll say, oh yeah, simple, just do that. Because he's been doing it for...
Yeah, anyone out there in Mustang land, if you have a Mach 1 with a 429 in it and you've got hooker headers, please tell us, do they go under or over the axle? Well, I'm sure we'll find out once we offer them up, but it's just not that simple at the moment.
Yeah, that and the fact that the engine's not in its resting place.
No.
So next time we visit this car...
Yes, we're going to be engine mounting.
I'd like to put the engine mounts on.
Yeah.
And lower it so that the weight of the engine is at least sitting on the subframe.
Yeah.
Or the cross member. And then we'll obviously have to perch the back because we're not going to have a transmission attached to it.
No.
But we'll just pop a trolley jack under the back of the motor there and...
Well, that's the other thing. I mean...
And gauge what goes where so we can see.
That's why I don't think it's this high. Because, look at this, look. The gearbox doesn't come up here.
No, that's what I was saying, that it needs to tilt back. The car's leaning down at the back because there's no weight on it.
I know that, but even if you tilt it... Look,
and the engine needs to tilt.
it's got to come down some.
Oh yeah, it needs to go down a long way. I've lifted it up too far.
So if it comes down a long way...
It's going to go down at least...
It has to go under that axle.
It's going to go down at like 4 fingers widths.
Exactly. The way it is at the moment, those... I'll tell you what, tape measure.
Are we just making a meal out of something that is probably really easy?
Possibly, but I want to know. Right, where's the headers? From the flange down to the kink
Yeah.
is 17 inches.
Alright.
17. That's...
Well, the sump on this, I would imagine, is probably
That much.
going to be in line with the cross member.
So if that comes down there, it goes under the axle.
It does?
Yes.
Okay. Better not lower it too far then.
I'm going to bring you in for a closer look. Don't be alarmed.
Don't be alarmed.
See that? See? That's 17 from this flange.
Are you hugging it to the
Down
engine
to
or is
there.
that straight down?
That's straight down.
Hug it to the engine a bit, because that goes in line with the engine block.
It's definitely under the axle.
Yeah?
The engine's got to come down more, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So if we go down 4 finger widths like you said,
Oh, I'll drop it down a touch.
that's 100% under the axle.
If I can get the doodah. So it's going to be...
Can you see? I'm sorry if this is a bit jolty.
Which way do you turn it?
I'm sorry if this is a bit jolty, but I'm trying to get you in the right angle so you can see.
How far are we lowering the car?
We're not lowering the car.
Is it standard spring height?
Yeah.
Awesome. Easy then.
Yeah. Look at that, look. See? Look, under there. And that's the axle there, look.
Yeah, that's superb.
Oh, God.
Okay, cool.
Right. I'm going to try that again. Right, you lovely internet people. We've measured. It's 17 inches from the top of the header down to the bend. 17 inches. So 17 inches from here to the bend. Those headers definitely go under the axle. Look, definitely.
Cross member.
Cross member, sorry. Yeah, because there it is. Cross member. And there we go.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
That might make life a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That would also explain why they come split like they do. Because you put the front up.
That's
and
what I
then you can
said
mount
to you
the back.
originally.
Yeah, yeah. There
You
you
don't
go.
listen, do you? You're like my wife. Except...
Nothing like your
No, you're not. She's a lot smaller than you. And quite a lot more attractive.
Yeah, I was going to say probably more attractive.
So there we go. That's all we have time for in this episode of Motors for the Masses. Like Malcolm was saying, next time we will get the engine mounts on and we will get these exhausts offered up just to double check where it's going in. We want to get that in place and the engine mounts in place before we start tackling the metal on here. Please don't forget, we're going to be at Motorcycle Live on November the 24th, that's Sunday. We're actually going to be there on the Saturday the 23rd as well, but we'll be walking around filming and talking to people. And on Sunday we will be in the social hub, Hall 4, stand 4E05. If you want to come and say hello, please do. If you don't, we get it. There are a lot more attractive people to go and see. But if you want to come and have a chat and come and say hello, then that'll be fantastic. And there you go. We'll be back again soon with more bikes and more cars, and we've got some more reviews, and I've got another bike coming because I've sold one of mine. You'll find out more about that next time. So, until next time, please ride and drive carefully.
But have fun.
Bye bye. And go. 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 And go.